All right, y'all. I was heavily debating on if I even wanted to make this video. I'm a few days late, like 3 days late. And I knew that if I made this video, I wouldn't have that many nice things to say. Most of the things we're going to talk about in this video is like the Stranger Things fandom and some of the stuff the Duffer Brothers are doing. I have a lot of issues with the writing. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all what I thought, a general overview of what I thought about Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2. Without further ado, cue the intro.
Up in the sky! It's a bird!
It's a plane!
It's a geek.
So this is not going to be a major breakdown. This is going to be just highlighting my highs and my lows of this show, right? So to start with my highs, and I already told you I didn't have that many highs. Holly and Max, all right? And I feel like Holly and Max is a high for me by default because we're getting them force fed. This volume 2 was basically their show. And even if you include volume 1 was basically Holly. I'm a little conflicted on how I feel, man. I think it's good, but like I said, it feels force fed. But at the same time, some of this stuff I have issues with. I was telling y'all, my last video I made about Stranger Things was mainly about how I thought having the play even exist, having that be a bad thing. So I knew coming into this season, since the play was canon, they were going to have to nitpick and find ways to include details from the play into this season. They didn't do any of that in volume 1. They kind of did that a little bit in volume 2. My issue is, it just felt like the pacing was off. It felt like we were doing the same thing, some of the same things from volume 1. When it comes to Max and her wanting to be slow to run to the portal, I had an issue with the decision of writing to where you're gonna have Max basically string Holly along, and then as soon as it's time to go, they're gonna let Max say, tell Holly, hey, this is a one-way street. You know, you gotta find your own way. I had issues with that. I felt like that was kind of weak. But yeah, other than that, I feel like Holly is really acting her butt off. She's doing a great job. Acting is really great. And for the most part, I think Holly is written really well. But my main complaint is that for the finale of a show called Stranger Things, where we have our core 4, I think it was core 4 or core 5, with Dustin, Mike, Will, I thought we would focus more on them, more. Instead, it's basically Holly's show, and then in this volume, it was Holly and Max. So I don't know, a little conflicted on that. I've liked the stuff with Lucas and Max when they reunited. I thought that was cool. Nancy's mom, I'm forgetting her name. She had a cool scene when she did that thing when she put the compressed air in the dryer. That was amazing. I thought that was a cool way to use her because honestly, I forgot about her. I've also forgot about Ted, and I think the Stranger Things family, they've also forgot about their dad too. But yeah, I thought that was nice. Then we had the very cool scene where Will basically took over Vecna. We learned that Vecna was using Will to build the tunnels at night, and he didn't really have control over that. We had the scene of them formulating the plan, which a lot of people have interest with that. The thing where they made a plan, and Lucas says, hey, I think we should resurrect a Demogorgon to bring the hive mind here. And that's how we got the cool scene of the run. I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter, I always tell y'all what, Twitter is not real. But I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter say that scene is cringy or whatever. I disagree. I think the scene was cool, especially knowing where Will was at this stage. He's still in that mode of trying to figure himself out, and I'll get to the coming out scene afterwards. But actually, I'll kind of hit on that a little bit now. I feel like that scene would have been highlighted more if we got a better coming out scene. If we actually got it before we even knew Will had powers. So it would have made it to where, okay, he really had to release that stress of being hidden to get those powers. Another issue I had with the writing, and I know this is divisive as well, is the breakup scene. So apparently, the Duffer Brothers took the longest to write 2 scenes. Will Byers coming out and Nancy and Jonathan breaking up. Both of those scenes were kind of trash to me, and they were poorly written. When we talk about the breakup scene, I did not know that these 2 were broken up until I saw the thing that said the Duffer Brothers confirmed that Nancy Willett and Jonathan Byers are officially broken up in Stranger Things. Now I say to myself, when the heck did that happen? Because that scene that y'all wrote and everything, that what y'all showed me, that didn't make sense. Now, a lot of y'all are saying on Twitter, unproposal. That doesn't mean that y'all do know you cannot propose and still be together, right? Y'all do know that. In no way, shape, or form or fashion was this a clear visual of them saying, yeah, we're breaking up. If anything, let me just put it this way. Why would they even go through the list of breaking up if in their heads, they think they're gonna die? Which obviously was a fake out, and I'll talk about that too. That doesn't make sense creatively. So the Duffers, they really screwed that up, because I feel like most of us thought it was a thing where they're saying, hold on, we realized that we were using a lot of trauma to get together. We're gonna put that trauma again and try again. And you have the iconic picture of them with their heads to each other, and they're thinking they're gonna die. Right? So I'm like, okay, if y'all make it out, y'all just make up everything and everything will be good. That's not the case. They broke up. The Duffer Brothers. I'm starting to realize. I feel like y'all plans got too big for your britches. And I told y'all in my last video, do not believe them when they said they had all this crap planned out since like the first or second season. If you know anything, you can tell that this stuff was not planned. All this really seems like it was strung together at the last moment. So yeah, I had a lot of issues with that. And creatively, I feel like if y'all were gonna break them up, y'all should have did that in the last season. What season was it where, I forgot if it was the third or fourth season, where basically Jonathan was smoking, he was starting to smoke weed with Argyle. I think it was the fourth season. Yeah, y'all should have broke them up then. Why wait? And that's the issue I'm having. Y'all are doing stuff. It's like everything's behind. We're at the finale and it feels like we still need another 1 or 2 episodes before the finale. Everything seems like it's bad. And I point that to the pacing of this volume and this season as a whole. My next thing I want to talk about. I was completely wrong about Callie. If you recall my last video, I said, man, it'll be stupid for people to not have Callie. And actually I said that in my first ever Stranger Things video. If this was how y'all was gonna write her, y'all could have left her out. Callie has a suicidal wish. When it's like, and I'm be honest, I feel like she means well, but it's coming off so pushy that it's like, bro, I don't want to, like, she's coming off as annoying. I'm gonna be honest. She's not really bringing anything to this plot. You could have had anybody convey this same message to Elle and it would have got across without Callie. I'm gonna be honest. We got the thing that confirmed that they're using Henry's blood to create the whatchamacallits, but again, if you knew about the play, you would already know that was kind of like a little plot point that people were talking about. One of the better points of this volume for me was the reunion of Dustin and my boy Steve the Harrington. Now, I felt like it was stupid why Dustin was mad in the first place, all right? I know Eddie is gone, he's dead, but canonically, this is 18 months after all that crap has happened. I was going back and forth with someone on Twitter, and I said, bro, just because he's going through grief doesn't mean he has to treat everybody else like he's a butthole. And that's what he was doing. I'm glad Steve called him out on this crap and said, yo, Eddie basically died for no reason, which was true. And it's like, they needed to squabble, they needed to figure things out. And you had Dustin's point of view, you had Steve's point of view. And we found out that Dustin was mad because Steve's his only friend and he doesn't want Steve to be careless. And we get the scene where he's trying to put the ladder up. And the ladder ends up falling down through the holes and Dustin has this whole breakdown moment. That was really, really beautiful. I just think that it was a forced moment because Dustin shouldn't still be mad over that anyway. It's not like, at least for us, it's not like Dustin and Eddie knew each other for 10 years. They had probably known each other for a couple months, maybe. Issues that I have with the writing, where it's like they kind of formulated this fictitious get-together, warm, heartful scene. So the thing that made me question if I want to post this video or make this video, and it's the thing that has been getting a lot of pushback. I know episode 7 is officially rated the lowest episode of the whole series. I don't think it should be rated that low, but Will's coming out soon.
Okay.
Oh, damn, Becky.
Will, what's going on, Will?
Vecna. He's gonna come, Mike. He's getting close.
Okay, that's cool. We're already expecting.
Hey, have you guys ever felt, I don't know, different?
Yeah. Lucas, Dustin, y'all should start with that window. Make sure you cover it completely.
All right. Like, have you guys ever felt like you don't belong?
Yeah, bro. Steve, you should probably.
Have you guys ever?
You're gay, bro. You're gay. We know, bro.
I'm gonna share my regular opinion. All this seems stupid to me. I'm gonna be honest. It all seems stupid. From the start of from the point of making it to where Will can't. It's like Will can't fully be himself because he thinks Vecna's gonna tell everybody he's gay. So because of that, he has to come out to everybody, and it's coming out to people who don't really even know who Will is. And I'm thinking, buddy, there's no way these people have grown up around you and they don't already know that you're fruity. There's no way. And even how they did it, you know, I know the Byler people are mad. Y'all gotta realize, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't have anything against the LGBTQ community, but this was kind of annoying, y'all. In no way, shape, or form did the Duffers ever hint at Mike being gay, hint at Mike and Will being together at all. They were just friends from a young age. And I feel like that community was using that as a thing to like, if we don't get Mike and Will, And I'm like, and I'm seeing people on Twitter, we don't ever have proper representation in our shows. I'm like, dude, that's one of the issues that people have with the woke stuff now is because y'all have all the representation with shows. Y'all literally have representation in this show. Yeah, with Robin. Y'all have representation. So I'm like, why is this so important? If y'all want Will to have a love life, why does it have to be Mike? Why can't it be someone who's actually gay? Mike is with 11. I was a little lost on that. And it's like, if y'all didn't get your way with this show, y'all are mad because Mike and Will didn't get together. I can see if Mike was actually gay in the show. I'm like, okay, I get it. Mike, he's gay. Okay, fine. I understand why y'all might be mad. Dude, he hasn't shown one sussy bone in his body. And now y'all are trying to call him homophobic. All because a couple seasons back, he told Will it's not his fault he doesn't like girls. But y'all are taking that statement and mixing it. Back then in that season, he was saying it's not your fault that you like girls because everybody was hanging with 11 and not Will. Not because Mike was saying he's homophobic.
Everything, and for what? So you can swap spit with some stupid girl? Elle's not stupid. It's not my fault you don't like girls.
That's how people are attacking, and no one should attack. Don't do that. But this is why people are going against the Byler people. It was spelled out for y'all time and time again. Y'all don't get y'all way. Now you're calling this person homophobic. Now you're saying he's misogynist. Like, it's so annoying with this fan base. And I'm like, dude, what are y'all watching this show for? Are y'all watching it because it's a sci-fi, horror-ish, drama type show? Or y'all watching it thinking it's a freaking rom-com? Because it's not a rom-com. Apparently, in this coming out scene, the Duffer Brothers confirmed that in the coming out scene, Mike realized that he was Will Byers' crush. How? In what way was Mike conveying right here that he realized he was Will's crush? I don't know if it's a writing issue, an acting issue, or what, but Mike, Lucas, Dustin, Robin, everybody in there was just staring at this dude. They all were. So I'm confused. With the scene itself, even though it's a lot of people, I do feel like it would have been better if it was a more tight-knit group. Get the main cast, get Will's mom, his brother, and that's it. It would have been more intimate. And then also, I would have liked it in the first volume. It feels so out of place because at a time where I'm like, okay, this is the last episode before the finale, we slow all the way down for a coming out scene. I didn't like that, bro. We take an extra 10 to 20 minutes out of the runtime of the final episode before the finale for Will's coming out scene. Vecna is supposed to be striking at any moment, but we're taking 10, 20 minutes for the coming out scene. Duffer Brothers, it's sad that y'all have to confirm all this stuff from the interviews and not just show it in your actual show. Y'all are trash. Y'all have dropped the ball this season for me. Now the finale can pick it up, but I have zero to little faith. Zero to little faith. Like I said. Back to Nancy and Jonathan. Duffer Brothers on major character deaths in Stranger Things 5 finale. It's not Game of Thrones. We're not in Westeros. I love Game of Thrones, but it's a very different type of show than that. There's not going to be a red wedding situation. I think some things happen, Allie, that are very surprising, but we're not trying to shock or upset anyone. First of all, it's hard to even take y'all serious anymore because y'all have lied in all these interviews and all these whatchamacallits. But you need deaths. Because you didn't have any deaths, you have a jumbled and stacked cast for absolutely no reason at all. This cast is filled to the brim. And we're getting moments, we're leaving moments from the main people. Maybe if the cast wasn't so bloated already, I wouldn't feel as bad that Will's coming out scene was at the end of the final episode before the finale, because we would have focused on other people. It's just this season, man, I feel like compared to what people were theorizing what could happen in season 5, this is like the worst option. And this is coming from y'all. All right, the Duffer Brothers said upside down origins and abyss twists were originally planned to be revealed in season 2. I think that would have been great too, because again, season 2 is a season where where Will is actually digging those tunnels. So it would have been great to actually find out what all that stuff was then. The issue is I just feel like y'all are changing too much stuff in this end game. This should have we should have been going into this season knowing everything for a fact, and it literally should have just been Vecna trying to outmaneuver the Stranger Things people, and the Stranger Things people trying to outmaneuver Vecna. That's all this show should be. This season should be. We got exposition on this, exposition on that, and I feel like again y'all should have done that earlier. That's my thoughts about Stranger Things Volume 2. I'll let y'all know what I think about the finale. Yeah, how are y'all feeling about this volume? How y'all feeling about the season in general? Not gonna lie, a little underwhelmed considering I binged season 1 through 4 and I was a big fan. To see that I'm actually here with everybody else with season 5 and everybody kind of mostly isn't really riding with it. I know the Byler people are hating it because their ship didn't get fleshed out, which that wasn't gonna happen anyway. And man, who knows? Finale's still there. Anything can happen, bro. Who knows? But yeah, that's my thoughts about the Stranger Things season 5 volume 2. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. If you love the video, like the video. If you don't love the video, select the video. On the road to 600 subscribers. I appreciate it. If you like my content, share my content. Without further ado, I'm out. Peace.